And after this, we'll see what we can do with Terence Crawford. After I get my era of Canelo out the way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little surprised, but I like it. I like it because when two fighters are 100% on the fight. No, I know everybody like drama and like to see we talk shit about each other, but I like this kind of press conference because there's when you find out is 100% on the fight, right?
And we are back in the building, back with some more boxing. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash the like button, and all that good stuff. Now, guys, we're talking a little bit about the press conference today, and also we're going to throw in a little bit of Terence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. talk. Now, Canelo Alvarez versus Jermell Charlo. You guys know that mega showdown set for September 30th in Las Vegas, Nevada at the T-Mobile Arena. They're doing something different. It's going to be undisputed versus undisputed. Canelo Alvarez, the 168-pound undisputed champion, will be facing off against Jermell, who is the undisputed champion at 154 pounds. Now, Jermell's going to be jumping up two weight classes, guys, to fight Canelo Alvarez for his titles. And he has a huge opportunity here. If he can capture those titles from Canelo Alvarez, he can put himself in an elite class of fighters, that being Terence Crawford and Clarissa Shields, being two-time undisputed champions in the four-belt era. He'll be the third person to do it. So I'm sure, he's been thinking a lot about that. I'm sure he's licking his chops of being in that elite class. But anyway, the press conference, as far as the press conference goes today, it was pretty much lackluster. It was pretty respectful. I know a lot of people expected fireworks at the press conference, being that we're talking about Jermell Charlo, who's very braggadocious and, he's very outspoken, but it was very classy today. No fireworks coming from either side. Canelo Alvarez being very respectful, Jermell being very respectful. Even Canelo Alvarez said, you guys heard there in the beginning of the video here, that he was surprised by how everything went down. He thinks that, that means both of those guys are, pretty much locked in. And I think they do respect each other, what they both bring to the table. They're both magnificent athletes and fighters. So this is definitely going to be a good showdown. There wasn't even any riffing going on between the trainers. You had Derek James there, of course, and you had Eddie Reynoso. No hollering from Derek James about Big Macs or Cheetos. None of that type of talk. Like I said, it was all love. It was all respect. But I think once that bell goes off, there's going to be some fireworks in the ring come September 30th. Now, the real talk wasn't even the press conference today. It was Jermell Charlo being asked, of course, about Errol Spence Jr., and one of the questions he was asked at, when they were interviewing was how did he feel about, did that really annoy him? How some people saying that his stablemate, Errol Spence Jr., should retire. And of course, he doesn't think Errol Spence Jr. should retire. Honestly, I don't either. He only has one loss on his record. He's still a young guy. He still has a lot of opportunities out there for him to capture titles. So honestly, I don't think retirement should be in talks right now. He did suffer, a hell of a loss. I don't think he should go right into a fight with Terence Crawford in December. I think he should take a tune-up fight before that, take some time away, and, get some new tools in his arsenal. I think he was just outgunned in the fight. I think, Terence Crawford had the higher boxing IQ, and a lot of that played into Errol Spence Jr. losing. He just has to add some new wrinkles to his game and make some adjustments, and I think he would have a better chance in the fight, but I still don't think he wins that fight, to be honest with you guys. Terence Crawford's been doing this for years. He's a gym rat. He lives a clean fighter lifestyle, and, that type of guy, he's hard to beat. He's hard to beat, and it's definitely going to be an uphill battle for Errol Spence Jr., even at 154. And that's why I don't think he should go straight into that fight. I think he needs to take time out and do some studying and, get it right before you go back in there, or it's going to be the same thing all over again. Now, another thing Jermell Charlo mentioned was, rabbit punching. He said there was a lot of rabbit punching in the fight coming from Terence's side. He said he didn't throw a lot of punches. He was hitting behind the head a lot. Now, I didn't see him hitting behind the head a lot. He may have hit behind Errol's head a few times, but I don't think it was something that he was trying to do. I don't think it was one of those things where Terence Crawford is a dirty fighter. Sometimes things like that happen in the fight. Mostly I saw a lot of jabs, straight jabs to his face, coming from his power hand, which is his right hand, which he was using as his jab hand because he was in the southpaw stance. A lot of body work, a lot of counter punching, uppercuts, just being smart and educated. Great footwork, educated feet. He gave Errol Spence Jr. fits in that fight, guys. It was just a lot of things that Errol was not prepared for, and Errol didn't make any adjustments in the fight. Now, I do understand Jermell Charlo's not going to give any type of props to Terence Crawford due to the fact that Errol's his stablemate. They're great friends, and the disdain that he has for Terence Crawford. Those two guys don't like each other. But he also said, you guys heard him say that, after the Canelo fight, then, that fight with Terence Crawford, if it can happen. So, he's not saying no to it. Honestly, as ambitious as Charlo is, I think he would entertain it, especially if he beats Canelo Alvarez. He's going to be on top of the world. That would be a huge money fight. And honestly, I think Jermell Charlo versus Terence Crawford is a much more tougher fight for Terence Crawford than Errol Spence Jr., in my honest opinion, due to the athleticism that Jermell Charlo possesses. But Jermell Charlo is going into the fight of his life come September 30th. Canelo Alvarez, you guys know he's no slouch. I know a lot of people have been saying that, he's lost a step, but you can't count him out. He is one of the pound for pound best fighters in the world. He's done everything. He's seen everything. And, this is his weight class. Jermell's coming to his weight class to fight for those titles where Canelo feels the most comfortable. So you can't count him out. I think it's going to be one hell of a showdown. Honestly, I haven't made my pick yet who's going to win the fight. I do think Jermell has a great chance due to the skill set, due to the athleticism. But I'm going to do some more studying, and I'll give you guys my pick when it gets closer to fight time. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about the press conference in New York today. Did you enjoy the fact that they were both respectful? Did you want fireworks? Do you think there'll be fireworks at the next press conference? You guys let me know how you feel about that in the comment section. It's the CMB. I'll talk to you guys in the next one, and I'm out. Peace.